Welcome to the second episode of the Mud Puppets, and Ryan, you tell me we have some big news.
We have huge news, Joel. We got our ratings in, and I made a handy little chart here. I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
This here is up, down, and around town. Very respectable rating.
Well, they've been on for 25 years, so yeah.
Right. This big crater right here, that's the pro wrestling locker room.
Huh.
I think that's Bubba Luscious.
I'm going to have to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
The old ratings champion, way up here, it's old people dancing to polka music.
Well, and that's understandable. It's hilarious.
People just love that.
Well, now wait, what is this giant spike here?
This going up off the chart here, that's us.
That's us?
Joel, 12.4 million viewers for our debut episode.
Ryan,
I mean,
12.4 million?
12.4 million people, Joel.
Ryan.
It's amazing.
No. That can't be right. According to the 2010 United States Census, Wyandotte only has approximately 26,000 people.
What I think happened there is that a lot of people in surrounding communities were calling their friends and family to come watch us because the show was just so good.
Yeah, that's probably not what happened.
Oh, hold on. Our producer is in my ear. Oh, not 12.4 million. 12.4 people. How does that even work? Oh, a little person. They don't count them as a full person? I think that's wrong.
You're an ass. Ryan, I cannot believe you botched those ratings so badly.
I'm sorry, man. Things are happening, though. I mean, I can't walk out of my house with people saying, hey, look at that man, or Mommy, what's wrong with him? So.
Yeah, that probably doesn't have anything to do with the show.
Well, that's a difference of opinion.
All right, we can't fool around today, though. We have a lot to talk about, okay?
Right.
We have some great guests.
Yes.
Dan BZURA and Dave GORGON from the Junior League World Series, which, of course, is a baseball tournament that takes place at Heritage Park in Taylor every year. I've been going since I was a wee little sprout at the age of 6. Something I love to go to every year, so we will talk about more of that later.
We've also got, we sent our roving reporter MUNCH to the Wyandotte Street Art Fair, and he got some amazing coverage.
Yes, I want to warn our viewers, try not to be offended. MUNCH is something of a wild card,
yeah.
But he did get a lot of interviews, talked to people involved with the restoration of the Boblo boat,
right.
Talked to a masseuse, a lot of artists.
People love MUNCH.
People did seem to cotton up to him. MUNCH.
They cottoned to him.
There was no pun intended.
It was 1925, and they cottoned to him.
Look, you're going to criticize me.
I am going to criticize you on that.
Oh, you know what? Before we get too far into the show here, there was something I wanted to mention. Our first episode, of course, I touched on the passing of Ray Harryhausen, who one of my inspirations, you know, he's a special effects guru, passed away in May, and I botched his birthday, which I know his birthday, okay, but I totally botched it.
Yeah.
Ray Harryhausen's birthday is, I'll make sure I get it right this time, June 29th, 1920. Okay. I said it was June 20th, 1929, so
I didn't want to bring it up, but you made a few factual errors on our first show. I made a list, short list, I'll just go through them. You said that you put the bop in the bop, she bop, she bop. I don't even know what that means.
I didn't say that.
You said electricity is just God's farts.
Oh my God.
Which that's kind of blasphemous too.
Ryan, none of this was said.
You said the Postal Service is just a pyramid scheme.
Well, okay, that may actually be a personal belief of mine, but I did not say that in our first episode.
And you also said that coffee filters are just used oil filters.
Ryan.
Why would you even...
I didn't say... You just doctored ratings, and you're going to criticize me for things I didn't even say.
That was an honest mistake, okay? So if you keep bringing that up, we're going to have an issue.
You do know we have copies of the first episode, correct?
Yeah, if people go back and watch it, which I would suggest they do.
They'll see that I said none of those
things.
things.
They'll see that you listed all those things just in a big rant.
Your idiocy really knows no bounds, does it?
Well, that's, you know...
You know what?
No, you know exactly what I could say.
You know what?
But we're
on lots of stuff to
television.
Cover. Our anniversary special, which we mentioned last time, is up.
That's right.
Folks can watch the anniversary special.
It's really cool. Messages from some of the great characters that have been on our show. Bloopers, because once in a while we do make a mistake.
You make them quite often. Go on.
It's a great show. Check out our YouTube channel and see our anniversary special. It's pretty sweet.
Yes, absolutely. Check that out. But I know you had something you wanted to talk about, the fact that you're going to be a father,
Yes.
and you're having some trouble picking out a name for the baby.
We are having trouble. My lovely wife and I, we've had a bit of a debate. Joel came up with a great name, and I got to give him all the credit on this, Wolf.
Yes.
And I thought, awesome name.
Wolf.
Love it.
Absolutely.
My wife was having none of it,
Yeah.
and it's been a continuous fight, and it's probably going to be cited in our divorce papers if this continues. So I'm calling on our viewers to help me out. I think the best way to get my child named Wolf is to have our viewers send in names that are even worse than Wolf.
Either to make Wolf look better or to expedite this divorce.
Yeah, either way, because once she sees this, things are going to be happening. So yeah, I would just say
shoot us an email.
Send us an email. Gmail. It's themudpuppets@gmail.com. That's our email address. You guys send those in, and whatever horrible names you can think of.
Terrible names that you can come up with. I mean, I'll throw a few at you.
Yeah.
Connor, Preston, Tanner. Ugh.
Yeah, Tanner makes me think of Full House, and that makes me sad because Uncle Joey's mullet was awesome.
Yeah. So send us emails. We've got to get this baby named. We want Wolf. Help us out there.
Yeah.
All right, right now, though, we are going to see the much-awaited Wyandotte Street Art Fair footage of Munch interviewing artisans. I can't wait to see this.
I'm psyched.
Power outage, yeah, that should do.
We're here with Casey, right?
Yes.
What is it you do, Casey?
I am a massage therapist and esthetician.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, I do Swedish, deep tissue, Reiki, all sorts of anatomy manipulations. I also do full body waxing as well, facials, and I work at Salon Mon Ami and Wyandotte Chiropractic. They're right next door to each other.
You know, a lot of those terms you just use have double meanings, right?
How about the veterans take a chance to win this beautiful Harley Davidson motorcycle? Come on over. Buy some tickets.
This man knows how to work it. We're here with Carrie at the Puppet Farm. What is it you're doing here, Carrie? All right, we're here with Mandy and Jen at the Circumcision Prevention Tent?
Yes.
Well, what's up with that? We are here with Ernie from the Michigan Atheists. So why don't you tell us, Ernie, what's up with you godless heathens?
I could probably just give you a massage. You're pretty smooth.
Oh, this isn't so bad. Whoa, whoa! I didn't tell you to stop.
Well, we're going to try to bring the historic Boblo boat back, and our plans are to bring it back next September for an adult hunt at night,
Ooh!
a children's hunt during the day, some other things, and possibly a movie screen so you can have movies in the park.
So what do you got here? A motorcycle you're giving away?
2013 Harley Davidson motorcycle. It all goes to help out the veterans.
Sweet, I'll take it. Why have you imprisoned my brethren?
Well, it's just something we do. You know, we just, as long as they let us get away with it, we'll just keep doing it as long as we can.
My God, sir, this is an abomination.
This card says, what does this card have to do with your penis?
I would assume nothing.
You would be wrong.
Really?
On the other side, it shows you how much area is removed with circumcision.
Oh my God!
You've lost that much if you've been circumcised.
Wait, is that to scale for sock puppets?
Yeah, well,
We just feel like the world would be better if the government wasn't telling sock puppets what they had to believe.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the government telling Munch nothing. We are here with Gloria, and Gloria has some fabulous artwork. Gloria, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it's mostly pencil, a little bit of charcoal, and I have a lot of cowgirls.
I went on to St. Clair once when it was a haunted attraction. I soiled my sock! Yeah, this is the life. Doesn't get any better than this. Hey, don't forget to work the glutes.
Mr. What was your name?
It was Munch. How hard is that to
Munch?
remember?
Munch?
For crying out loud, where do we find these people? Free these puppets! Free these puppets! Free these puppets! You know, ladies, actually, I was cut, but fortunately, they were able to stitch it back on. These are some erotic cowgirls.
That's right. Just
You
a
think-
little bit, though.
Yeah, you think they can handle a 6-shooter?
Probably 12.
Whoa! Munch is in good hands.
He said he'd like to give it a hug. Is
Oh,
that okay?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I feel so conflicted right now.
I'm beginning to feel a little conflicted myself.
Just type in Michigan Atheist there, or go to michiganatheist.org.
Excellent, excellent. So you hear that, kids? MichiganAtheist.org if you want to burn in hell.
Absolutely.
Ridiculous!
Well, Ryan, a very interesting interviews from Munch. I hope he didn't offend anybody too badly.
We certainly hope not.
Well, right now, of course, we're joined by our guests. We have Dan BZURA and Dave GORGON from the Junior League World Series. Junior League World Series is held at at Heritage Park in Taylor every year. This is 33rd annual year, and runs this year August 11th through the 17th. Guys, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about your roles in the tournament, how you got started. Dan, if you'd like to go.
Thanks for having us. My dad has actually been the tournament director since this started back in '81. It's pretty much been a family affair. My mom, prior to her passing, my brothers and I, been Little Leaguers all our life, and when the tournament started, we all jumped in, and 33 years later, we're still at it.
Now, Dave, Greg told me, of course, Dan's father, that you've been with the tournament since its inception?
Off and on, yes. I was actually working for the local newspaper when it started, and we gave him a bunch of coverage. And now that I'm one of the volunteers, I've been volunteering for, I don't know, 20 years or so, you know, helping out with the communications. And thank you for having us here. I mean, that's communications is how we wound up here, I think, today.
Yeah, I'd talked to somebody on the Facebook page, whoever the admin is named. Oh, it was you. Okay, right. Okay. And, well, you gave me Greg's phone number, and here we are. So, you guys, so you volunteer, and it's mostly staffed through volunteers, correct?
100% volunteers.
Okay.
There's no paid positions. You're talking about a group of 100 to 200 local volunteers that band together each year to put this on. There's all kind of great stories about guys that maybe get 1 or 2 weeks of vacation from work every year, and they dedicate that time to the Junior League World Series. It's people that have a passion for youth sports and have a passion for community, and we come together every year and put this on and do what we can to not only have a good baseball tournament, but put Taylor in the Downriver area in a good national spotlight.
One of the things that's always impressed me about the tournament is just knowing some of the history and some of the struggles that they had to go through to put the tournament on. And could you talk a little bit about the fire in 1988 that burned down the press box? Was it 3 months before the tournament was set to begin?
We sort of call that the Little League miracle, which is incredible that there was arson fire that burned down the press box, which not only serves as a press box, but also serves as the dugout area for the teams. That's where they sit in and the umpire room and all that. And there was a big fire, and the community got together, and we got donations of materials from businesses. People came from not only Taylor, but all over the surrounding communities to pitch in and got it built. I believe it was the day before opening day that it was finally usable and passed all the city inspections and all that. And it's that was probably one of the darkest times and one of the brightest times in our tournament's history.
Now, then in 2003, we of course had the blackout, and that was one of the rare years. It may be the only year I didn't get to go since I've been going. And it was because of the blackout, and I'd always been curious. What happened? How did the tournament go off that year? Did you use generators, or? We
had to cancel. It was at least one and maybe more games. We weren't able to play in the evening and
postponed them.
Delayed them until the next day. And when you're trying to fit all these teams in, they're coming in from international locations, airfare, hotels. There's a certain time frame, and to lose an entire day or an entire evening really puts the schedule back. But not being able to play at night, we did what good volunteers do, and we improvised, and we were able to move on, shorten the schedule, play more day games, and get the tournament in on time.
Now, let me ask you guys, you mentioned the international teams, and that's always been one of the cool things about this tournament is we have teams coming from all over the world. Can you talk a little bit about what that's like, the sort of flavor that brings to the tournament?
Well, that really helped put the tournament on the map. What happened is that in the beginning, the World Series was only for 13-year-olds, and it kind of limited the amount of teams you could draw. Eventually, they expanded it to include 14-year-olds, so we had 13 and 14-year-old players, which really opened it up to foreign nations that wanted to come and participate and just needed a bigger player pool. A few years ago, we started getting a team from Chinese Taipei. They'll be back this year. We need interpreters for people that understand Chinese. We need to get the anthem correct for the nation that comes. We play their anthem before the start of the games, in opening ceremonies, which by the way will be August 10th, and that includes fireworks, and it's a good time, and everybody's welcome to come. And that's a free day, so please join us. This year we have Puerto Rico, so we're going to have somebody that speaks Spanish. So we're going to have somebody from Czech Republic, and somebody else from Latin America. It'll either be Aruba or
I think Curacao.
Curacao, yes. And then a Canadian team and 5 American teams.
Wow.
And that's the current structure. We've got the U.S. pool, 5 teams, international 5 teams, and they each crown a winner, and then the championship game.
Correct.
But it wasn't always that way. You talk a little bit about when the tournament structure changed and why.
Back when we started in '81, it was, the 13-year-old division was new in Little League Baseball, and Taylor was one of the first Little Leagues in the entire country to have it. And that first World Series was basically 4 U.S. teams competing for what was called the World Championship. But over time, as this 13-year-old division took off, more and more states, more and more countries started participating, and it allowed us to grow the tournament to the point where, you're correct, we now have a true U.S. champion, a true international champion that will compete for that World Championship. So it was really the success of the program starting back, I think I played in the junior division back in '79 before we even had a World Series, but the growth of that program, what we helped start in Taylor and what kind of spread throughout the world has allowed the program to grow to where now 10 teams are competing on an annual basis.
Now, Dan, your father mentioned Junior League World Series book that you guys add pages to every year, and this is it right here.
Right here.
Now, is that one of a kind, or is that something that's distributed to people?
It's a piece that we put together for a variety of reasons. One is to explain the history of the program. Each year the teams coming in will have their picture, their name in it. It has all the tournament records, and it also serves as an advertising tool. There's a number of area businesses that like to support the program through purchasing advertising in this book. So each year we'll produce a new book with updated stats, updated totals, new advertising, and of course pictures from the teams participating in that year's tournament.
And let me ask you guys, the tournament has grown, become larger, and in many ways it's sort of it's a launching pad for some of these young athletes to move on to college and professional careers. Can you talk a little bit about some of the athletes who have gone on to Major League Baseball or other sports?
Glad to. That's a pretty exciting part of it. We have like returning heroes. We have these guys become legends, really, of the World Series. The very first year we had the World Series, it was won by a team from Boardman, Ohio. And one of their players was named Mark Pellini, but he has a nickname named Bo Pellini, and he's currently the head football coach at Nebraska. Oh. The next year, the World Series was won by a team from Tampa that had both Gary Sheffield and Derek Bell, who both went on after they were 13 at the time, right, and both went on, of course, to long and successful major league teams. We have so many guys that have done that. In fact, one of the teams, was, 2 brothers, Jose and Javier Valentin, played from Puerto Rico. And we're happy to say that Puerto Rico is coming back this year, and we expect Jose Valentin, he's given us a head up, he's going to come back, and he had a really long career in the majors as well. So many different players, and not only baseball. As I mentioned, we had Bo Pellini. We've had a couple guys that went on to NHL careers. Wow. They played for Canada when they were here, and they went on to pro careers in the NHL. Yeah.
Matt Castle, NFL quarterback.
Wow.
I think Eric Bedard, who's still pitching in the major league. So yeah, these kids tend to excel at everything they participate in. So it's not surprising they may play in a Junior League World Series, but go on to the NFL or the NHL or success in some other sport.
Let me move on. A little serious topic, not too serious. Obviously, in recent events, we've seen the Ryan Braun scandal just breaking in Major League Baseball. PED use has been big in baseball and a lot of sports. You guys get to work with these young kids. What do you say to them to sort of discourage them from going down that road and taking that shortcut to success?
Well, as fun as it is to discuss the players that we just named, the tournament really is about everyone else. You know, those for every Gary Sheffield, there's 1,000 kids that you know, their athletic experience may end in junior high or high school. So that's really what the tournament's about, and what we strive for is to put on a good tournament, to have fun, to do your best to win, but things like sportsmanship, and that really comes out every year in the tournament, this international flavor where some of these kids might be leaving their home state or their home country for the first time, and part of the experience of being at the World Series, not just to try and win the World Championship, but get to meet people and get to do things and experience life situations that they truly will carry on for their lifetime.
We got to move on to our game now.
All right.
So, gentlemen, if you hear this sound, your answer is correct. And if you were wrong, you'll hear this sound. And Ryan, they're playing for...
We do have a prize,
Yeah, and I
guys.
see you've gotten into the prize once again.
It was supposed to be a bag of sunflower seeds, but driving over here, I discovered I really like sunflower seeds. So it's a bag with one sunflower seed. You guys,
You really got to stop doing this, okay?
you guys can share that.
Well, it has my name on it, so I'm hoping to win.
That's
There you
true.
go.
Now this is the impossible baseball quiz, is what we're calling it. 5 questions. You got to get 3 out of 5 right to win that big prize.
Yes, it's a wonderful prize.
All right, gentlemen. What was the original name of the New York Yankees franchise?
Can you give us a minute?
No phones, no Google. That is against our impossible quiz rules.
Was it Knickerbockers? No, something else.
Yes. Actually, they started off as the Baltimore Orioles in 1901 before moving to New York and becoming the New York Highlanders in 1903.
Question 2.
Who is the only player to play on a championship team in both Major League Baseball and the NBA?
I'm going to go with Dave DeBuscher. Oh,
Gene Conley. He won an MLB championship with the 1957 Milwaukee Braves, and he won 3 NBA titles in the 50s and 60s with the Boston Celtics.
Gotta get this one.
Who is the only player to hit 2 grand slams in the same inning? This was rather recent. This is 1999 this happened. I'll give you that clue.
was it a Tiger?
It was not a Tiger, no.
Can we have a...
He played for the
Friends?
St. Louis Cardinals.
1999 St. Louis Cardinals. Go ahead and hit that buzzer.
Fernando Tatis.
We'll take your word for it.
2 more questions,
all right, hurry up.
just for fun. Who
Very
is the
quickly.
only World Series MVP to play for the losing team?
I'm thinking Roger Crozier of the Red Wings from back in the NHL.
Bobby Richardson, the 1960 Yankees. And last question, who's the only catcher to win 3 batting titles?
Another recent one.
Plays for the Twins.
Is it Mauer?
That's right!
There you go.
Well done, gentlemen. You don't get the prize, but you had fun.
Wasn't much
Speaking
of
of
a prize
prizes, though,
anyways.
we did bring you a gift. I'm
Oh.
sure this is going to fit well and
Oh, thanks,
Don't be
you
so
guys.
worried about
future
that.
episodes.
That's
Don't split it at the seams there, Chrome Dome.
it fits comfortably. I'm losing a little bit. It's getting a little hard to talk.
Because I'm not picking you up.
All right. Thank you, though, gentlemen.
Thank you guys for joining us again. August 11th through the 17th, Junior League World Series at Heritage Park in Taylor. It's a great event. Take your kids, and we are going to see. You actually have a bit from the street fair as well?
Yeah, that's right. Munch did a great job, but he didn't ask people the hard question, what do you think of the Mud Puppets? I went to the street fair, and I got results.
All right, let's take a look.
How about a big greasy?
We're here with Fresh Fried Vegetables by Dr. Veggie. Sir, I'm going to ask you the question that's on everyone's mind. What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
The mud puppets suck.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
I have not heard of the Mud Puppets.
What do you think about the Mud Puppets?
I have no idea what those are.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
What are the Mud Puppets?
Sir, what's your name?
Tim Morell.
And what's your business?
Morell's Mixitalia Gourmet Salsa.
That sounds delicious. Can I try some?
I say, let's grab a chip and take a dip. Let's have some fun.
You know what? I'd like to try the hottest salsa you have. What do you think about the Mud Puppets?
What are the Mud Puppets?
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
Never heard of them.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
The mud puppet?
Yes.
I don't know.
What is the capital of Germany?
Not participating, sorry.
It's an information booth, right?
Yeah, it's information regarding the fair.
Oh.
Yes.
That sign is not specific enough. What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
Any relation to the Mud Puppies?
No, we're actually in a bitter lawsuit with them over the name. What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
I have no idea what they are.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
You know, I don't think much of the Mud Puppets.
No. All right, I'm going to try this delicious salsa here.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow, you see that? That chip didn't stand a chance, kids. Poor guys have been fed in minutes, you know what I mean?
It's got a good... Oh, God.
Did we put the whoop back in your whoop-de-doo, sir?
That's hot. What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
They're cute.
They're cute. This is a living, breathing human female who says the Mud Puppets are cute. What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
What are the Mud Puppets?
Okay.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
I don't know who they are.
You're selling chicken, you're selling paella here. This looks like some good stuff, man.
Oh man, it tastes better than it looks.
It tastes better than it looks?
You know what? It tastes better than my old lady.
It tastes better than your old lady,
Yes,
Steven.
sir.
I hope she doesn't see this then.
I hope she does.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
The Mud Puppets. Well, yeah, they're great.
They're great. Your answer seemed a little bit disingenuous. Do you know what the Mud Puppets are?
No.
Does it make you a little nervous having someone my size in here? You've heard of a bull in a china shop.
Right. No, it doesn't actually. I mean, if you break it, knock everything over, then, you buy it.
What do you think of the Mud Puppets?
The Mud Puppets. Mud Puppets?
Yes.
Like, is that like the Muppet Babies?
Oh, when that comes out, it's gonna hurt.
Well, keep a good thought.
That is just... It's delicious. And please buy it. Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. That's the easiest thing I've done all day.
I need water.
Have yourself a lovely afternoon.
I need water.
Aloha.
Come off it!
Bang up job there at the Street Fair, Ryan. I especially liked the hat. Was Chris Hansen nearby?
Yeah, very funny.
Well, once again, we want to... This hat looks absurd on you. We want to welcome you to go to our website, mudpuppets.com. You've seen it there, all episode. You can see our latest sketches. Ryan, what are some of our latest sketches?
Oh, Joel, we've done so many sketches.
You don't remember, do you?
I don't remember any of our
Board
sketches.
Games for Dummies.
Did we do that?
Sponsor a Child. Those are two of the latest.
Sure.
Again, send us an email. We need name submissions to make Wolf look better.
Mm-hmm.
We also would love to just have feedback from the fine folks in the city of Wyandotte. Fan mail, we'd love to have some fan mail. We'd love to have your hate mail. I'll tell you what, you send us some juicy hate mail, we're going to read it on this show.
Yeah, we will.
Well, Ryan will try.
I'll try to.
Not so good at that whole...
We want to thank, obviously, the people at the Wyandotte Street Fair,
Yes.
the vendors and the artists who played along with our idiocy.
Everybody was great, well, except for a few people. But.
Of course, Dan and Dave from the Junior League World Series.
Absolutely. You know what? They gave me this gigantic schedule for the Junior League World Series. This is a schedule of all the games played, but an absolutely wonderful tournament. I can personally attest to. Been going there since I was 6 years old. You can't beat the price. $10 per carload for all week.
Right.
You also get a daily pass, $5 per carload. It's a lot of fun. Take your kids. There's all sorts of tasty vittles there.
You know, Joel, they're also holding a golf event, and we will put the details of that. You're going to be posting to our WordPress.
Yes, I'm going to post a blog detailing some of my personal stories from the Junior League World Series, and we'll have a few more tidbits from possibly Dave and Dan in there as well. So we'll see you guys again next month. We've got no idea what we're doing yet on the show, but we're going to be doing something. You can tweet us, of course, right, Ryan?
You can tweet us. We are at the Mud Puppets, at Mud Puppet Ryan, at Mud Puppet Joel.
And that's that.
Yeah.
Except one last thing. You know what we got this week?
What?
Thundersticks!
Oh, I don't like it.
That's all the thunder sticking to me I got. We'll see you next time. Don't touch that inappropriately.
Okay.
It's probably the wrong place to put it.
Oh,
100%.
that was the right place to put it.